Inspired by Charles Hummel, Stephen Covey and Roger and Rebecca Merrill gave us a wonderful tool to deal with time management issues, and I would like to share a very quick breakdown of it with you. This simple time grid has proven very useful in my own leadership journey, and I am sure you will find the same value if you put it into practice. Hi, this is Rick Curtis, and today I want to talk to you about time management. If you take important actions and you cross it on a grid with urgent actions, you get 4 quadrants that can help us define and improve our use of time. Allow me to quickly break down each of those quadrants for you. Quadrant 1 is where required action is urgent and the outcomes are very important. This is the quadrant of crisis because it is here where immediacy rules the day. In this quadrant, decisions are important and you need to proceed carefully because your time is restricted in the urgent. If there is ever a quadrant in which decisions can go really bad, this is it. If you find that you're always working in this quadrant, you need to do everything you can to find margin in your schedule. Quadrant 2 is where the required time frame for action is not urgent, but the outcomes are important. This is called the quadrant of quality because it's within this framework that a leader can truly excel. In this quadrant, those important decisions come with time, the time required for data gathering, theorizing, testing, and implementation. This is where the 5-star leader is always found. Quadrant 3 is where the action is urgent, but the outcomes are not important to the forward progress of the organization or the project. This is called the quadrant of deception. Why deception? Because it's very easy to fall into the trap of working on urgent things that are not important to the future of the organization. The deception enters in because you're busy and everyone sees that you're busy and that you're hardworking. You begin to believe that you are doing well. The problem, you're busy doing nothing that matters. Quadrant 4 is where the action is not urgent and the outcomes are not important. This is the quadrant of waste. I like to call it the quadrant of casual waste, and here's why. Because just like quadrant 3, it is absolutely detrimental for the leader to be working in this quadrant. It's casual because it can sneak up on you, and it can kill your organization if all your people are working here. In 1994, when Covey and the Merrills established these quadrants, they estimated that 2 to 3% of all workers' time was spent in this quadrant. However, with the popularity of social media today, many have speculated that this has increased to as much as 20 or 25% of the man-hours being spent in this quadrant. So how do you get a grip on your time? Let me start with where you need to be. You need to work in quadrant 2, quality. There are 2 simple ways to get there. First, take the time to review your daily activities. List them all. Determine what is important and what is frivolous. Those frivolous things have you working in either quadrant 3 or 4, and by their elimination, you will automatically rise towards the quadrant of quality. And second, avoid procrastination. If you procrastinate, items in quadrant 2, quality, move to quadrant 1, crisis, forcing you to work in the urgency, which always minimizes strategic thought. Giving yourself sufficient time to make important decisions will move those decisions back into the quadrant of quality. Remember, true leadership is found in problem solving and decision making, neither of which are found in the urgent or in the frivolous.